Yes, ma'am, it is.
Your pamphlet.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am. I'm against abortion, but it's an awful sign, man. Did you print that yourself?
What's that?
Did you print that sign yourself?
No, I didn't. I know the story behind the child, though.
Well, that's terrible.
It is. That's why I have to show it, because it's...
We want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
That's what they're striving to do. There's a Planned Parenthood here in the city. I don't know if you knew that.
I think it's like or whatever.
Yeah, it's where they're... Do you like one?
Sorry?
Do you like one? Would you like to know why? I'll tell you. I'll tell you why. I'm glad to answer your questions. Yeah, you're come and join us out there. We're out there Thursdays at 3.
I'm not into showing weird pictures.
Oh, you don't have to show any. You don't have to show any signs. Just come out to.
Does it bother you showing pictures of dead babies to children at the high school?
Well, consider many of those kids. They're gonna be old enough to die for this country within a year or 2 years. They're gonna see blood and gore and people being blown up, shot. I'm seriously.
So you're saying that any kid could grow up to be an adult and see blood and gore?
Well, I'm saying those in high school,
they're not adults though. You understand that they're
young adults. Yeah, they're young adults.
And here you are, an adult, showing a picture that is almost equal to like a porno.
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean? It's death, it's gore.
Well, it's much different than porn. This is what.
Gore.
Well, it is gore, but it's real. It's murder that's happening in real life.
Okay, so it would be okay to show a picture of a soldier with his head half blown off?
Well, I don't need to show. Well, people already know that that's not good. They know it's wrong.
Yeah, people already know that that's not okay.
But people, they think this is okay. A lot of the students in the high schools, they think this is okay to do. You know, they say they're pro-choice or pro-abortion. They support a woman's right to choose. They need to see it.
You might feel that way about those high schoolers, but they're still children. They still don't need to see gore.
They're having sex. I mean, would you agree with that? And when people have sex, they have babies. Maybe
a better way to go about it would be to help these kids get the protection that they need to not have these babies that are being aborted.
Well, that's what we do. We give them the gospel. That the blood of Christ can wash away your sins.
Sex?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I grew up as a pagan. I never had sex. I grew up as not a Christian. I grew up as a pagan. I never had sex. It's possible to do. It's possible to have self-control. In a culture that teaches don't have any self-control,
absolutely, but it's not realistic at all to
sure it is.
Be telling kids that they're just never going to have sex.
Until you get married, yes.
Until you get married.
Why isn't that realistic? I did it.
It's not realistic to expect that from kids.
Well, it's not realistic
that's beside the point. What I really want to talk about is this horrible picture in this van. Like, you guys printed this all over your van to come and kind of harass other people's children to show them pictures that their parents probably wouldn't appreciate you doing.
Well, this is going to be happening to many of their grandchildren in the next few. Already has. You see that.
Do you think that's something that is a little more personal?
Well, it's personal to it's personal to all of us because these are our neighbors. These are children. These are our neighbors, right?
So you're saying that we could just stop abortion? It's possible.
We can criminalize it.
You understand that people still had abortions when it was a crime, right?
Yeah, they did, but far fewer.
It was really unsafe and people died.
Well, it's always unsafe because it's a child being murdered, right?
It's terribly unsafe. I'm not for it.
And we should criminalize it, right?
So that then you will be using a coat hanger and some...
Well, if they want to do that, then I don't know, like, people have always done that, but people have always committed theft and robbery. We don't legalize those things just because people are going to do it anyway. We need to criminalize this. Yes, mothers and fathers are still going to murder the babies, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't criminalize it, right?
The criminalization part of it is pretty irrelevant. What is really annoying me about your presence here today is your picture of gore showing it to high schoolers. It's twisted. It's a twisted thing to do, and it makes you know better than them.
Well, what's more twisted, that we're showing it, or that this is happening to children in the city and all across America? Well, we need to act like it's horrible. We need to work to stop this. That's what we're doing.
Do you think that people just think this isn't horrible?
Well, they're doing it. This happens.
I should print out a bunch of awful pictures and stand there in front of the high school and just, you need to see it. Like, who needs to see that shit? Nobody.
Well, they need to see it because many of them are participating in sex and murdering their babies.
Many of them are participating in sex and having kids still. Not everybody gets an abortion.
I'm not saying everyone does, but a lot of people do. Thousands of babies every day. Thousands. There's surgical abortion, the pill.
I think there's just better ways to go about it. You're not making a good
but
impression.
what are you doing about it?
Oh, what am I doing about it?
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I help kids get on birth control.
Well, that violates.
Do you do that?
That violates God's
tell
law.
them not to have sex, because that makes total sense.
Not to have sex until marriage, and to trust.
People in marriages sometimes get abortions too.
And they shouldn't do that. And God says that children are a blessing. Birth control says that children are a curse and a burden to be avoided.
So you can't do birth control now.
Birth control does kill children. Birth control does kill children.
You're not making a good impression for your
Well, what are you doing, ma'am? Other than telling people to have to do birth control and avoid having children.
abort.
Nice language.